they could apparently summon demons in some regard, tried to do so, lost control, and everything
Went to
backfired.
shit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured they weren't part of that because the Mad Masks showed up after. So I'm under the impression that they were hunting the Minotaur, and at the same time, it was kind of like, oh, we also have some like capable factors here for our train of slaves. So that's kind of probably how they got caught. My character probably very much the same, just got caught on doing a mission or whatever. Um, and yeah, they're using different people to go in and do the dirty work, as it were, which we're not sure why because they seem extraordinarily powerful and like they could very easily maybe snap their fingers or something and do the work themselves. So it's a little concerning that they're using us, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we're stuck with them and we are being forced to work for them. So yeah, a lot of the last session was kind of the exposition of my character chatting with them and kind of some bond building a little bit while we're in cages until we all went on to our first, I guess we'll call them hunts together, and I'll pass it off to somebody else to take from there.
We'll skip Homer since he's eating.
He just
You
needs
can
to
go
chew
last.
faster.
Must chew your food 25 times.
True.
Prior to going on our first hunt, we got to see a couple of other groups go and see basically how the system worked, where they were given very well, I guess they were given items depending on their standing within the caravan. We also got to see the consequences of killing the target rather than capturing it, and watched as magical items were destroyed in front of them and someone lost an arm, both arms,
And
one arm. Okay. This kind of set the consequences for us, and we were sent on our first hunt after being given a lavish meal compared to the gruel we were given before. And surprisingly, we had no one die in an encounter where we stupidly took the lowest tier items we possibly could have.
Yeah, in retrospect, that was so fucking stupid. It was funny because like the time after that is like, wait a minute, we could take anything, right? Why am I sticking to this shit?
God damn it.
I think it's we didn't know where expectations were. We didn't know how greedy we could be in that case.
I guess, but it was like one of the few times we tried being greedy. Whatever. It's whatever.
But we went on our way ill-equipped. Shockingly, we had a plan, and the plan worked to capture this unknown three-legged tentacly creature. And with minimal sustained damage, we managed to capture the target and bring it back to the caravan.
Yeah.
And I'll pass it there.
Okay. Well, obviously the reward for bringing back the target is, a very, very lavish, kind of luxurious meal, and, being returned with all of your limbs back into your wagon. So now we've been with the caravan for, a few days, and in that time we've seen a small little bat hiding out in the woods, just kind of watching us occasionally. We can probably assume that that is our Thrice King following us, wanting to have our meeting out in the open, but obviously we're not out in the open. We're very much trapped. So we kind of told him that we hadn't forgotten our appointment, but that we'll be right with him. We're just a little busy at the moment. So hopefully we can, find a way to talk with him at some point. But we are now on, or rather, we have now been assigned a new quarry as the cleanup crew. So the first set of factors that was sent in after this monster all died, and so we are the second crew sent in to try and capture what we can probably well, rather what we were shown on the little piece of bark was a large man or a large biped with fire all around it. So a large man on fire. And going into this kind of keep that's full of heat and the sounds of like a forge, we had an encounter with some ogres, and we were able to successfully dispatch them. But we kind of lost the advantage of surprise on any other monsters that were in there based on how much noise that we've been making and the large, just giant chain and manacles that they're making us drag around to try and capture this thing. We've made it all the way down the hall to what looks to be a large forge area with a fire giant on the inside banging away making something at his forge. We do know that it probably is a fire giant based on Eggs and my experience having met one before in the mountains when we met Ed. And we have set up a trip trap just outside the door of the forge in hopes of maybe downing him a little bit easier, but we'll see how that works. And now we are just inside the door, or just outside the door of the forge, not having fully engaged yet, but it's pretty clear that the giant has acknowledged our presence. He just doesn't care. He's just like, whatever. I'm not threatened by these little mini creatures in pathetic armor and burlap sacks. So that's where we are currently.
The Potato Warriors.
The Potato Warriors. As for expectations and concerns for the coming session, I am obviously concerned that we're going to have our shit kicked in by a fire giant. Pedalin's obviously a little bit nervous about that, being scared of giants and things. But, always in the back of her mind is, the need to survive and keep the group together, and including our new friend Anon. And hopefully finding a way to escape so we can rendezvous with the Thrice King and get him to become the new Death Singer rather than going on a potentially bloody rampage.
I'm going to jump in and just say I think the main expectation for all of us is we're going to get away from this fucking menagerie this session.
Well, for sure, we can hope.
Hopefully. So we'll see.
Look. Gotta play hard every game. Focus on your first opponent. Sports cliches.
Keep getting pucks to the net. Drive hard. Yeah, you just gotta work hard out there. Follow the system. Trust in coach. Get pucks to the net.
Keep up communication.
Nobody says that.
Sure they do.
No, that's not a sports interview answer. I can guarantee you it isn't, because I had media coaching for like 5 years.
Shows how many sports interviews I've watched, I suppose.
Both teams played hard.
No, just got to keep our head in the game.
Just gotta want it more.
Yeah.
Put the effort in.
Want it more? Yep. There it is.
Luckily, we had God on our side.
That's a football answer.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Anyhow, as I don't know why, but in my head, I just imagined I know everybody here has played Pokemon, so it's like at the beginning of a Pokemon game, after you finish talking to the professor, when it does that little zoom in and suddenly you're the sprite version of yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say, and so we're gonna get started, and like that played in my head. So, last time on Dragon Ball Z, we kind of left off right here. You guys had been spotted. You had seen the smaller creature, the ogre, was over at one of the bins, doing something. I don't remember if I described it or not.
He was carrying over a bunch of what seemed to be old weaponry from like another group or something to the giant or something like that. Maybe their
I thought he was
bodies
grinding
actually.
down their bones.
Yeah.
He was grinding down bones over at the bin, but after he finished that, he had started moving over to the fire giant. That's correct. Did you say something, Paul?
I didn't. Nope.
Well, I suppose this is as good a place as any to start. What do you do?
Right.
The creature seems largely uninterested in you. The smaller ogre still carrying the bin of, well, what looks to be metal scraps and gear over toward his much larger compatriot.
I'll say over to the other three. That seemed a little anticlimactic. Thought for sure he would like chase us or something.
I know, that's what I thought too.
Somehow more worried now.
I mean, we're below him. Physically. He looks down
understood.
upon us.
I understood. So stupid.
So should
It's
we
like some
say
dad
hi?
jokes. Oh, great. You speak giant? Please, by all means.
I do not.
Okay, then. So what's the next
Well,
plan?
either way.
The universal
the small
language
first.
of the body.
Are you suggesting you're gonna seduce the giant?
No, it's gonna wave.
Oh,
Well, you're the one with the bow.
I'm gonna look at the other three and just say, did you understand that?
So, the giant turns and looks at you once again as he finishes hammering what looks to be a very large, unfinished weapon of some sort. You aren't quite sure what it's going to turn out to be in the end, but for now it is a very red hot lump of iron or some form of metal, which he picks up from the forge with some tongs that are probably larger than any of you, and turns and dunks them back into that flowing river of magma to reheat them. As he does so, he reaches down and pulls out what looks to be an unfinished sword of some sort, which is also that same glowing red-hot metal. And then he levels it at you and speaks in a booming voice, but none of you understand what was said.
He probably just said hi.
that's a lot of words for just saying hi.
He's welcoming us as guests that he will then murder and grind our bones into something. You know,
Already my bow.
standard giant stuff.
Should we go in? Do you think he's actually trying to talk with us, like non-threateningly?
No.
Is there something I could roll to see if that
No.
was non-threatening somehow? Like an insight, maybe?
I
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
Sure. Let's do that.
think I would probably do the same.
Yeah.
I don't think that. All right, go ahead.
This would be easier if I understood what was said.
All right. I would actually. I should have just had you roll a disadvantage, but it doesn't really matter because everybody rolled like trash.
Great.
You're woefully uncertain of any intent or meaning behind this creature's words or actions, though you do understand that typically peaceful creatures don't level a weapon at you.
Sure. That's very true.
They might if they just happen to be carrying a weapon. You don't know.
At this point, the ogre has reached and dumped out the pile of weapons Actually, probably would here. So it dumps out the pile of weapons into this magma river, and you can kind of see that they have like several chains that dip into it, and likely, well, actually, I'll show you. So he dumps out this big weapon, or this big crate of like arms and armaments, and you see that he leans down and pulls on two large chains. And as he does so, a big like basket, sort of like enclosure, rises out of the small little river. I guess it'd be a large river of molten rock and fire. And within, you can see that it's kind of like forming a slag pit, and everything's kind of getting melted down. And as you know, as he's holding it up, the fire giant places the large heated weapon on the anvil itself, walks over and just dips his hand into the magma and pulls out another hunk of just like this metallic mess, like kind of a Play-Doh, slaps it on top of the weapon, picks up his hammer, and begins to just ferociously beat it into whatever shape he's looking to make. At which point, the smaller ogre does like slowly lower the basket back into the magma river, where it will maintain its heated status.
I don't want to see that weapon when it's finished. I say we go now.
Okay. Do we take
All
out
right.
the small one first?
Probably, right? Like as a player, probably.
I mean, we don't. Yeah, because we don't need him, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think. Is this map like exactly what we would have seen? Basically, is this bridge over here broken?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Treat the map as 1-to-1.
1-to-1. Okay. Yeah, I think you guys are right. I think if you want, what I can do is, I mean, if I have good initiative, anyways, I could even start it off. I suppose I could run forward, shoot the guy to lure him back, and then we could see what happens. Or do we want to send like Egg in first?
Well, we should probably try to save the trip trap for the giant.
For the giant, yeah. So we need to kill
I
the.
think?
I agree. We need to kill the other guy in here. Is what we're
Yeah.
getting at. Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Oh. So how do we want to treat this? Do you want me to roll initiative or not yet?
Well, what are you doing? Remember,
Uh,
tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what needs to be rolled.
Okay. I'm gonna walk. Yeah, I'm gonna walk my movement speed up as far as I can, and then fire an arrow at the ogre.
Okay. Well, then you do that, and then we'll roll initiative.
Okay.
All right.
Just get to right here. Oh, that might be far still. Oh, that's not
I
actually
think
as bad
that's
as I
one.
thought.
I think it's one square too far, isn't it?
I have 40 movement speed.
Oh, okay. So
Wait, so if you thought
And
it was
I
one
also-
too far, then I'm one too
25,
short?
Yeah, you're one short.
30.
Yeah.
That's 30 to get where
That's-
you are.
Oh,
so
I
you have-
miscounted
yeah.
then. Okay.
Because you were
Right in front
directly
of
in
Egg.
front of. Yeah, so. See, 30.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, I'll go here then.
Can I also move up while he's moving up and get in position?
No, because nobody discussed the plan. He just is moving up and shooting, and then we're rolling initiative.
Yeah.
You guys got to work together.
Just a simple one shot. Let's.
The arrow
Wait, that's a
hits
short
the
sword. I'm an idiot. Sorry, hold on. That's so it was a +10 instead. So
Okay.
that's
Well,
17.
the arrow still hits
Okay.
the largely unarmored, now very clearly visibly sweating ogre, and punches into its thick hide.
Right.
The arrow pierces its flesh. It lets out a bellowing cry, and leans over to grasp at another set of chains near the forge. You now have the initiative, Anon.
Oh. All right.
Neat.
We're going to just keep attacking, I guess, until something happens. Actually, I'm going to yeah, okay. Here is the first attack.
That's a hit.
Second attack.
Also a hit. 2 new piercings mark the ogre's flesh, though likely not in locations he would have chosen,
All right.
punctured by a pair of arrows.
I'm going to move right here.
Okay.
Just get into a better position here.
All right. I will run up and ready his weapon and end his turn.
Okay, 30 brings me here, puts me conveniently in range. And he looks a little toasty over there, so we will cast Frostbite on it.
Nice.
He has failed his save.
Nice.
The cool breeze invigorates him. He heals.
As the ogre is covered in hoarfrost, which, despite the immense heat of the room you're in, its magical properties resist melting. And you can see the creature, like, he kind of extends his arms and looks on either side of himself, confused at the growth of such a cold and rather burning sensation.
Also has a disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay.
You know,
This is the wrong kind of burning.
Creature moves up, swings the 2 large chains over his head, and sends them out, lashing across the large gap. Let's see, how far is that? Oh no, one more. Here, can I target both? Yes, I can. Okay.
He's got disadvantage, right?
Yes. That effect, is that on him? No, so I'll just give him disadvantage. Oh, it dropped to 20.
wow.
Nice.
But that is a... Oh, it rolled the same die for both of you. Okay. Anon dodges the chain as it sweeps past, but Darby is hit. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Typical.
Oh, I can force it. Oh, it's not targeting you anymore.
Hey, as long as it doesn't do 44 damage, we're fine.
16 is just enough as you slip the chain as it begins to quickly wrap around you, and so you kind of dive out of the way. Anon wasn't hit. Take 14 damage as the chain strikes you, but avoid being ensnared by the weapon. Petalin, the initiative is yours.
Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay out of the range of that. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And we're gonna hit him with an Eldritch Blast. See if we can kill him.
Is a hit. And another hit. Petalin manifests her trademark damaging spells that tear away at the exposed hide of the smaller ogre.
I think we'll probably just quicken another one, see if we can't down him.
Hit. Indeed, you have downed the ogre as he falls to his knees and topples into the river of magma.
Nice.
Before, you know, let me rephrase that. So, falls to his knees, topples into the river of magma, and you hear his pained, screaming cries as he seems to lack the same fire immunity of his, master, overlord, whatever you want to call it. Though shortly thereafter, those cries are cut short, and you can see that his body is slowly melting and burning as it's being pushed down the slow-moving magma river. And the room suddenly smells not only of sweat and heat, but also of a rather appetizing pork.
Hmm.
Ugh.
Very, very fatty.
Yum.
Okay, so real quick player talk. I have one more Eldritch Blast hit. Do you want me to send it at the giant? Are we antagonizing him now?
Is the giant even in your range?
He is, yes.
Might as well.
Yeah, we can't talk to him.
Okay, so we're gonna do that with the understanding that we're trying to lure him in towards the trip trap, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You may notice that as the ogre falls into the magma, or I guess lava, it's underground, it's magma. The fire giant slaps his armored belly and lets out a thunderous laugh.
Okay.
What
Here
a
we
bad
go.
boss.
Gonna hit a giant with an Eldritch Blast. Hope this doesn't end in everyone dying.
Nice.
That is a hit. Right.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
The giant, having been punched slightly by the eldritch energy of Petalin, going to retaliate in kind, leaning over and picking up what looks to be a smaller, more delicate anvil, at least to him. He steps forward
Shit.
and lobs it at the half gnome.
Can I gravity well?
You have a reaction?
I do have a reaction.
Okay. Cast gravity well. I already rolled to it. I rolled at disadvantage, so. So, the anvil, which compared to his major, the one that you saw him hammering on previously, is much smaller, but it rapidly grows in size as it approaches the small pedalin.
Oh God.
And you realize this is actually probably larger than most blacksmiths' anvils. And so as it crashes into the tiny halfling, her body just crumples as she is obliterated by this thing and immediately knocked unconscious as she is flattened by the heavy missile.
Wow.
She's not dead outright though, right?
No.
Okay, we can work with this. Okay.
Some gravity well bullshit this is.
This is still workable, I think.
No.
Jesus Christ, that scared the hell out of me for a second. Like, oh no, we got Pedalin killed.
Oh God. Good luck, guys.
Oh, this is an action. Okay. Okay, that's probably fine. Seeing Pedalin go down, I'm going to just chant something to myself, and I've kind of wanted to try this for a while, so let's see what happens. And just kind of like cut myself, and as I do so, she starts feeling some healing energy.
Oh.
So
You dealt damage to her.
it should have been on me,
Yeah,
though.
you did.
Oh, okay. I have to target it on me. That should be to me, so I'll take 11 damage, and then you'll go up by 11.
Oh, cool.
So I can fix that for myself here. Okay, hold on. One creature of your choice regains the number of hit points equal to twice the necrotic damage you take. So you'll gain 22.
Oh shit.
The drawback, of course, being that I just used a spell slot, took damage, and my action to do it, but, you know.
But, you know.
It works.
At least she gets to act before the fire giant.
Yeah. Honestly, I just wanted to try it.
Well, thank you.
And I think I'm just going to position myself again, so I'm going to run here. Pass it off.
All right. 5, 10, 25.
That's a cool ability, by the way. That I'm guessing you chose that for that
Yes.
thing. That's a cool choice. I like it.
And I'm just going to take the dodge action in case he throws an anvil at me.
Okay. Darby.
This went south quick. Can I ready a spell to use after the giant takes action?
Tell me what you want to do.
I want to hold person until after his turn.
So what would the trigger be?
Hmm. I guess after he makes an attack on someone.
So, if the ogre attacks, then you want to cast, or rather, if the fire giant attacks, then you want to cast Hold Person.
What's the advantage to waiting until after he attacks?
Well, because I wanted to do it after he took his turn, because if I cast it now, then it just gets to his turn again. If it succeeds, then he just rolls again, and nothing's gained.
Mm.
And 5e doesn't have delaying turns.
I mean, personally, I don't know why you wouldn't cast it now, because it will cancel his turn this turn if he fails his save, which is what you're
'Cause he
aiming
has
for
to use
anyway.
his turn to.
Yeah. They're at the end of their turn, they get to try to shake it.
I suppose that's true. I'm just trying to be more stingy because I've only got 2 spell slots.
You mean you don't want to walk up to it and tink 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 on its like elbow or something?
With less than 50% health? No.
Tink, tink, tink.
With your little
Sound
rapier?
of his mundane rapier.
Honestly,
Don't
kind of
even have
all of
my
our
gun.
mundane weaponry except peddling. But whatever.
I should have given him my my little crossbow doodad when
The
his
1-2
gun wasn't
punch.
working.
Yeah.
I've done okay with my halberd.
Have you though?
Egg did more than okay last session. I'm pretty sure he turned them into a bloody pulp.
Alright, so are you holding your action based off the trigger, or are you casting your spell?
No, I'm going to go ahead and cast it, and I actually have to use material components. Rifling
Okay,
through
do you have a
component
component pouch?
I did.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I took that for this. Pulls out a small piece of metal, bites down on it, rubs his hand together, says, I've never had to do it like this, so here's hoping.
It has failed its save.
Nice.
Creature, with his arms still kind of outstended from the arms extended from the toss, outstretched. You see that he suddenly jerks into a rather spasmic, like a very spasming movement, and eventually his arms are kind of locked at his sides, and you can see that he struggles against whatever magical force is binding him.
I'm gonna spit the piece of metal into my hand, say, I don't know how long I'm gonna hold him for. You better hit him while you can.
Ogre's body continues to float down the magma river, burning. Petalin, freshly awakened from having been crushed basically to death by a flying anvil, what do you do?
Pedalin
Now that
sits up
Petalin is
abruptly as if being startled awake from a nap and just shouts something unintelligible in Gnomish. And then stands up, ready to go back into the fray, though albeit looking much, much paler.
Much flatter.
Yeah.
Just stick your thumb in your mouth and inflate yourself.
Yeah, blow.
as you're
Exactly.
looking at this character.
Yeah, that's what happens. Okay, so standing up is half movement, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, I think what we'll do is. Oh, are you within range? Egg? You are not. That's. We're gonna go. 5, 10, 15. And 3 of us are gonna get a bless. Just for safety's sake.
Yay.
Oh, is the range 20 feet?
30. So
Oh.
he's a little too far.
Yeah.
Where did my oh there it is. Okay. Go. Put the concentration on. And then mimicking the motion of hurling an anvil back at the giant, we send a couple of Eldritch Blasts his way. In retribution!
Wow.
Now why?
Yeah, that's her all hit because he's paralyzed.
Oh, okay.
And you're attacking yourself.
I am attacking myself.
Yep.
Good job. Okay, so
Well, they both hit, so go ahead.
we'll just roll damage, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the other one?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Critical hit. I don't know why you made another attack roll, but I'll allow it.
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
Retribution!
So the first blast of Eldritch Energy looks much the same as the usual missile that Pedalin fires, but the second one seems to almost resemble an anvil, and as it crashes into his like plated, armored chest, you could see that despite his paralysis, even he like takes a stutter step backward.
Neat.
I hate giants. There. Come on, combat tracker, you can do it. There you go.
Will you force the save again, please? Still failed.
All right. This is on me this time.
Can I do anything while paralyzed? I think so. Incapacitated. Automatically fails those.
All right. So we're gonna.
Then, yep. It does nothing. It is Anon's turn.
All right.
You guys should also know that if you attack a paralyzed creature from within 5 feet, it automatically crits.
Get in there, Egg.
I'm afraid
Just
of killing
don't-
it.
Just don't kill it.
I was apparently muted for some reason. All right. So yeah, gonna close one eye, concentrate real hard. Imagine the prey, and go ahead and shoot. Knock 2 arrows side by side.
Satisfying twang. Both arrows sail through the air, and one of them even manages to find a weak point in the giant's armor, piercing his neck for a critical hit.
You still have
Wow.
yourself targeted.
I do, you're right.
That's a lot of damage.
And then that is not.
For
Oh,
a
the
grand
ranger
total of
life.
40 damage on the fire giant.
Not bad.
I'll go get a coffee while Egg
Alright.
takes his turn that's gonna take the rest of the session.
I can't get close enough.
Damn, that sucks.
Can you jump the pit of lava?
I could try.
'Cause
Oh.
where were you before? Just at the edge of the bridge?
Here. I think here?
No, you were here.
Here. Okay. Yeah. I'm here.
That's a big
'Cause you
risk
can
for a
get-
little reward, though, because he still
Yeah.
won't make
Yeah.
it.
Well, he jumps equivalent to his strength score. If he gets a 10-foot run. 5 forward and then 10 running. You can make that gap.
I don't want to risk it.
Just
Egg is running
use
to
your
here and
halberd
taking.
to pole vault it.
I mean, you can literally jump your strength score. There's no check to it.
Oh.
The only time there's a check is if it's like a difficult situation. Like you're jumping from a solid platform to a solid platform.
That would still just put me like here, right?
Let's see, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, you would. Well, what is your strength score?
It's a +3.
No. What is your strength score?
16.
Oh, then yeah, you would land there. And then you could still move here. You would have 5 feet left.
Really?
Because it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You have 40 feet of move speed, right?
No, I have 30 feet of movement.
Oh.
The jump
Oh, right.
itself, though, doesn't eat the movement.
Does it not? Let's see.
I mean, I shouldn't be able to get farther by jumping freely. That doesn't make sense.
Right? That's how I feel about it. Like, it's not like you get a free 15 feet of movement because you jump.
Then why would I not do that every turn? Every
Exactly.
turn, just bound everywhere.
We are an MMO now. Jump everywhere. Cover number of feet equal to if you move 10 feet immediately before. When you make a standing one jump, you can only half that. Yeah, each foot you clear on the jump costs a foot of movement, it says. So
Yeah.
5, 10, or no, 5, 10, 25, 30. You can get here.
Yeah, I still can't hit him from here.
No.
Well, if you, instead of just moving across, if you move diagonally. up
Wait, I
one,
thought you
'cause they
had
would use any
reach.
Diagonals.
Oh, he
This
has
is
to he has to diagonal from
15 feet.
here, and this is a 15-foot reach because it's 2 diagonals away.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. He's still 5 feet out of my reach.
Man, it was close though.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll go here and still take the dodge action.
Okay.
As my action and growl menacingly.
If only we had the cloak of billowing.
Right.
Only I could billow.
God, if we still had that when we got to pick like one magical item to take on the next one, and then he picks that.
Well, Darby, the initiative is yours.
I didn't expect him to still be held.
I guess, huh?
I don't want to
Like,
be.
what are you gonna do
yeah,
now?
I don't want to be in punting range, so
What, you don't want to Misty Step and stab him in the shin?
He can't Misty Step. He's already cast his 2 spells.
No, it's true.
no, I've only cast
Oh.
one.
Oh, is your frosty one a cantrip?
Yep.
Ah, okay.
Oh wow.
Frosty boy.
Nice.
which we'll just go ahead and cast again.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's a Constitution save. He succeeds.
Typical.
Con save against the giant.
Yep, nothing on a successful save. And I'm gonna back up at a throwing range.
What's the range on hold person?
60?
You need to stay within.
No, it's just a concentration.
Oh, okay. That is actually in the player's handbook, so you're good.
Huh, neat.
That is a that is a new to 5th edition thing for me. Okay. The ogre's body continues to float down the magma river. Smells delicious. Pedal in.
Okay. But we're concentrating on bless, aren't we? Ah. Okay, so we're going to, let's see. I need a measuring thing. $45. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, we're gonna take 15. We're gonna drop our concentration on bless. We are gonna haste our good friend Egg. Egg suddenly feeling invigorated and quite speedy after his long jump.
If only he had been hasted before. He could have made it
before.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go back and hide behind the column and try to hurl a couple more anvils. Yeah.
That is a miss. And that is a hit. So the first blast just fizzles against his armor, while the second one does a small 9 damage, scuffing him. Saving throw, please.
Oh, you took bless off of us, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes,
She
I
did.
Okay, I got that.
Okay, he has succeeded and is no longer paralyzed. See that he begins to flex his arms and just kind of shake off the effects of the magic.
Was there not a way to take bless off? I thought it was just clicking the head.
I think I apparently have to remove it.
Oh, okay.
I think it depends if someone else applied it to you or if you applied it to yourself.
If you apply it yourself, you can.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Cannot.
Roger. Okay. I'm gonna say, you fools, we can't kill it, and then I'm gonna run to the door to, like, grab the chain. How far is Darby? This just might be easier to calculate. He's 40, so I'll go right beside Darby. Because I've seen what Egg can do. I'm a little afraid Egg's gonna fucking murder this thing, so I don't want to attack.
But now Egg is speedy and he can be the bait and have him be chased.
Or he's just gonna huck anvils at us. Mm,
Egg, what do you do?
So yeah, I yelled that in character to you, Egg, just as a heads up.
uh, he is very conflicted. He ran all the way over here.
Just hit him a few times for good measure.
Well,
You're only going to move 5 feet. You've got another 55 after that.
that's true. Well, I won't attack him from within 5 feet, so I don't auto crit.
Oh, he's
Smart.
not paralyzed anymore.
Oh, he's not paralyzed anymore? Paralysis is gone? Okay.
Yeah. You saw him
So the-
shake that off and begin to stretch his arms out.
Okay. That's fine. Didn't come to the party not to dance. Um So, uh, I'm just gonna do a regular attack. I'm not gonna rage because I feel like flavor wise, I shouldn't be able to attempt non-lethal attacks if I'm raged.
Sure.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just do a regular attack.
Well.
I'm trying very hard to hold back.
Yeah, as is evident to everybody, as you very gently against his armor with your halberd. Like, it was a great big swing, and then you hauled back at the last second because you're like, wait, I shouldn't kill him. And it just ineffectually glances off his armor.
Eh.
It's like a batter trying to pull his swing.
Yeah.
Molly hard.
All right. Egg shakes it off, tries again. A little more oomph this time.
This is a true glancing blow against the armor.
All right, hasted attacks. There we go. I finally found a medium and with which
That is a hit.
you get a good. I'm just seeing if I want to use any of these. I don't think I do. I'm gonna use menacing attack. So that goes on me. Swing my halberd.
$14.
And now he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Appears that he has failed his wisdom.
Ooh.
He is now frightened of me.
Okay.
So now I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna move around him. And growl menacingly.
All right.
And I
Like,
get
not entirely unlike a herding dog.
yeah. And then I have one more hasted attack.
Another miss as the halberd. Thick plate.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, that throws a wrench in some things.
And then I'll use my bonus action for a Polar Master attack. Is that a miss? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. That one I will use.
Well, hold on. If you hit him, won't it take off the frighten effect?
Will it?
The frightened status is removed upon taking damage.
Oh.
Is that what it says? Menacing attack? Yeah, how long does it last? Or do they get a save at the end of each of their turns? It should say in menacing attack.
Menacing attack. It doesn't say anything about taking damage.
It shouldn't, because
You add
frightened.
on a failed save, it is frightened of you until the end of your next turn. Is all it says.
You can totally try to hit it.
Yeah. So I'll use precision attack to add a D8 to that attack roll.
That hits, only just.
Okay.
Find a way past the creature's impressive defense.
I'll reroll that. Still a 1. So another 4 damage.
As you bruise his armpit.
That's my turn.
See?
Well, we're at the edge of the room here, so I'm gonna head out, hop over the trip trap, and make my way to the chains, waiting for another person to haul them, because there's no way I'm moving them on my own.
What's your strength score?
10.
Drag 300 pounds. Fortunately, the chain is a bit more than that.
Figured as much.
Ogre is finally loaded off screen. Pedal in. The initiative is yours.
I will shout something at the giant to the effect of, over here, you big ugly fool, or something cool like that. And then I will also follow Darby out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 into the hallway, over under the trip trap, whichever is appropriate, and move to help him with the chain. Or rather, just get it ready.
I just found a note that I made for myself, so I'm sorry I didn't say this at the start of the session, but something that I read online that I thought was a really neat idea that I'm going to try here is I'm giving each one of you kind of a virtual poker chip to use as inspiration, but you can only give it to one of your other party members and should be given based off, well, if you think something is inspiring.
Neat.
Okay.
To everybody.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have a hard time remembering all the time or even thinking about it with all the other various stuff that I have to think about. So somebody else had mentioned that giving players the ability to give other players inspiration had worked for them, so I want to go ahead and try that.
Cool.
If somebody does something that anybody thinks is inspiring, you do have one this session to give away freely.
Neat.
And it can be based off of role play or based off something really neat that they do, just, if it's inspiring. Like, for example, I know that you guys, one of you certainly filled out your character sheet in the sense that your personality traits, ideals, bonds, flaws, and all that stuff are there. So use that as an idea for where. Anyhow. Pedaling.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay, if you the ogre, being frightened of the creature behind it, or the fire giant, is going to do what a fire giant does whenever it's scared of something. Egg, please make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Gotcha. Okay.
You got this. No worries. All your bad rolls are behind you. See?
Nice.
What happens in a tie? Who wins?
Isn't it meet or beat?
But who's meeting or beating what? It's a contested roll.
Well, the giant is initiating, so the then player would need to meet or beat.
I just want to know what happens to a giant when it's frightened.
Player handbook page 174. If the contest results in a tie, the situation remains the same as it was before the contest.
Yep, that's what I just read. Okay, so Egg avoids being picked up and, done whatever the giant was going to do with. So in the interim...
It's like that part from Azura's Wrath where the giant hand comes down and then he punches it.
So instead, it will reach out to the edge of its anvil there and pick up the large weapon, which is now a hunk of glowing hot metal, which sword shaped, except it has a much larger chunk of metal that was being worked on at the tip. So maybe some sort of bludgeoning instrument. Attack you, scared of you. Advantage. Can't willingly move closer. Okay, so it can attack you. So it couldn't grab you. No, it's going to try and grab you again. So go ahead and athletics or act.
All right. Oh God.
I really liked you, Egg.
Only just managing to pick, to grasp his trembling fingers around the source of his fear, the giant rapidly, as if like trying to shake a bug off him or something, flicks Egg backward, sending him hurtling toward their beds on the map, but I don't know. There wouldn't really be a giant's not going to sleep there in that tiny little bed. So we'll just say that it's storage area. Oh, I see that on the map. That's technically a room. I guess that's the door. So Egg is getting hurtled into a wall. Okay.
Well, that's
Thrown
much
backwards
worse.
against the wall. Probably half. 24 damage. Okay. So, the giant, being terrified of the small egg, covers his eyes and basically swats at Egg and flicks him backward. Then is going to try to get the fuck away from him. And almost comically so, as he is almost bridge. Anon, the initiative is
shit.
yours.
All right. Okay, let me know if I can do this. I would like to aim at a very obvious armored spot just to get his attention. Like, I want to kind of, like, hold my punch, essentially. Like, can I hit him, but, like, just not roll damage to, like, try to taunt him? Or if I shoot him, do I not get to control that?
I mean, it's not... You can make an attack... You can impose disadvantage on yourself.
Okay, what benefit would you grant me if I do so?
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you miss,
Uh-huh.
then
Then I don't do
could have
damage.
just glanced off the armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you hit him, then despite your attempt to miss, you still did damage.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. All right, I'm going to impose disadvantage on myself. Just kind of scream at him as I do this to come get me.
Is a miss. Your arrow plinks harmlessly off the breastplate,
And
comically fleeing from a much smaller creature.
it's a pretty ridiculous situation. And then I will wave my arms frantically with my bonus action.
Bonus action for that. You give them frantically.
Yeah.
Egg.
Okay. Yep. Okay. How do I make this point go away?
You have to click on the
Yeah.
base and yeah.
All right. Egg's gonna use his action to dash. So with his hasted movement, he's just gonna run all the way out the room.
Okay.
And he's on the other side of the trap. He's just
Okay.
He's like barely holding on.
Yeah.
And he just runs away.
All right. So are you no longer in the room then?
Yep.
All right. So if you're not in the room, just stick yourself like on the...
It's not that you're fleeing, it's a tactical retreat.
Exactly. I really liked how your token looked just going across the map.
You're also not in the room, Petalin?
Yeah, I remember I ran out to go.
I don't remember.
You got distracted talking about poker chips.
Yeah. Egg, are you finished?
Yes, sorry.
So Darby and Petalin both being outside of the room, I'm presuming that you guys are dragging the chain in or what?
Probably
Well,
closer
not-
to the landing zone where
Yeah,
we
the
hope
trip
he
trap.
falls.
So that when he falls, we can kind of like be ready to pounce, as it were, and get the manacles and things on him.
Okay. With the source of fear no longer in sight, the fire giant is no longer terrified. The only one valid creature in range.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hope you had a backup character to this one.
Oh God.
I have options. Wolf and I spoke a lot about some options.
Fire giant is going to reach down and rip a rock out of the side of the little cavern, the little chasm here.
All right, here
He's
we go.
going to throw it on. It
A lot of damage.
on is pummeled by nearly max damage as a rock hurtles through the sky with incredible speed and just punches the shit out of you.
Dope.
Anon, the initiative is yours.
Oh man.
Just like actually crushes him, but bounces off.
I think it's
Gonna-
more of a you dive and it hits the top, it hits the back of you and shoves you into the ground, and so you
Yeah.
quickly combat roll to get back on your feet.
Say, is that all you got? And then I impose disadvantage on myself and shoot at him. God damn it!
That's a hit.
Well,
You're just too good.
we better hope this doesn't do a lot. There we go. That's okay.
Is Colossus Slayer optional?
I don't know. All right, hold on. Let me read it. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, the creature takes an extra. No, it isn't optional. Okay. So add whatever this will be. 6.
Do you need to roll 2 more d8 for your previous hit too?
What previous hit? Didn't hit it last time.
It didn't hit last time.
No, like before.
It's
I
once per turn.
Yeah, I put it on myself before. I tried to get away with it this time. But yeah, no, it looks like it does have to go on.
It triggers once per turn.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't know if his crit turn included it.
it did. Yep.
It did.
That's why it was so high. Okay, well, it didn't die instantly, so that's good.
You guys have the little indicators, right? The little color indicators?
Yeah, but all we know is heavy.
Right,
And
but
heavy is a broad range.
yeah, but the colors change.
No, I'm pretty sure heavy is like half health or lower.
Yeah, because for us it stays heavy until dead.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
but the color will change. That orange gets darker and darker.
Yeah, but I mean, once it
Does it
starts
actually
getting to
get
be that
darker?
real,
Yes.
yeah, it turns
Huh.
into like a true red when they're like really close, but it's still a
Like,
guessing
for
game.
for example, if I do this,
Oh shit! I've never actually even noticed that it gets darker.
Oh, really? Oh, no, I usually go by those, but it's such a guessing game.
Well, in that case, anyways, I moved to the door. I'm gonna take another shot
Okay.
anyway. I didn't realize it was that
that's
obvious.
a hit. Yeah, that's your sight read on how hurt a monster is.
I've been trying to avoid using it because I figured it was like meta knowledge.
No, that's supposed to be your character's sight read on how hurt something looks.
That makes sense.
Oh,
Like you
nice.
would see it slow down and like start bleeding more and
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
you can see wounds for sure.
with the rest of my movement, which is like 20, I'll just like go out of the door and wherever they are.
Okay, so just move yourself out. All right,
Gotcha.
so what's everybody doing out in the hallway?
I'm still aiming
Well-
in the room from the hallway.
We need to be far enough from the trap that he's still motivated to like rush by it,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
So maybe I'll move down the hall some and be prepared to like make a lot of noise and like prestidigitate sparks and stuff like that to keep his attention further down the hall so maybe he doesn't notice the trip trap.
I can stay in the doorway to like make sure he doesn't. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stay in the door to make sure he doesn't like lose sight of me. So I'll just be right there, essentially. Oh. Wow, this is a bigger map than I thought, actually.
Okay. So you're staying in the room, or are you just outside of the room?
Like, the door's open, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I would be, like, actually in the door. Let's say in the room. I'll stay in the room. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because I'm assuming the trap is kind of in the doorway on the other side of, like, where the door would close, essentially, so...
Actually, just stick that wherever.
Oh, the trap's there? Oh, I
I
see.
thought it was in
Okay.
the hallway.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't realize that that top square was the doorway. Okay.
Like so.
And be
I
far
see.
I
enough
thought the
away,
doors
but-
opened into the room.
Sure.
So picky.
And to be far enough away, but still want to be in range to close the gap. Need be.
Yeah. Like, I'm assuming where I am essentially is where that door is cracked open, the square that, like, would be there. Just, like, right outside of the hallway range.
Can I like hold prestidigitation until the giant comes
What?
through the door and like
It's
make
it's
sparks
currently
go off in his face?
currently a non's turn, so you can ask that when
Mhm.
it's your turn.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, as long as we're clear that where the door opening is on that map, that's where I, like, am currently standing. Yeah. I see that you put one there. Very nice.
It's gonna run to right here. Ready, and use his other action as the dodge action.
Poor Egg. He got so hurt.
And just
Like a
try to catch his
wounded dog
breath.
running away.
Right?
Meanwhile, Petalin was literally
Killed.
Acme Anvil.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
See?
clearly she's just a Looney Tunes character right now, so
Yeah.
she's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I wasn't like murdered kind of by one of the monsters that I'm most afraid of.
No, it's fine.
No, it's fine. We're good. We're good. It's all good.
I'm gonna hold my turn here. I'm waiting for the giant.
Okay.
Petalin.
So can I hold prestidigitate so like when he comes through the door, I try to like disorient him with like sparks or something so that he'll not see the trap kind of. Sure. Let's go with that. We're gonna
No,
hold.
I'm asking you a question. What is the range?
Oh, I didn't hear you at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
Discord must
Oh.
have
Yeah, that
shit
didn't
out.
come through.
Oh.
Shoot, the range is only 10 feet. No, you're right. Okay. I don't want him to fall on me. Well, I am pretty small. Could probably press myself up against the wall pretty good. No, we'll stay back here and just try to draw his attention further down the hallway so he's not like looking down at his feet.
To illustrate, you literally cannot even press the digitate sparks up to his face because it is too
'Cause
far.
he's too tall.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
We're just gonna yell and jump up and down when he comes through the door so that he's not looking at his feet. He's looking at us.
Okay.
Watch him come up to the door and just slam it shut on us.
Oh God.
So, anon, as you watch, you'll see that it appears the giant has no interest in rapidly pursuing the party for no particular reason. Yeah, so he's gonna walk right up here, and he's gonna slam the door. So
Uh-oh.
you need to make a decision on which way you're gonna dodge out of the way.
Backwards into the hall.
Okay, dex save, please. Okay.
Here we go.
As the large iron door crashes into you, it deals 11 damage,
Oh, that's not so bad.
punted out into the hallway. How is this trap triggered?
By tripping over
I think
it.
it's just a tripwire. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Can I make
It
another
seems as
deck
though the
save
trap-
for it? I know it's there.
okay, but at disadvantage.
God, okay. You know what? You're saying there's a chance.
Okay. You manage to correct yourself mid-tumble and just kind of fall over the trip.
Well, that went well.
Not triggering it.
Well, crap. Now what?
I'm just curious why you guys thought he was just gonna happy-go-lucky follow you.
Good
Well,
point.
we were hoping he was mad enough to like pursue us, you know?
I was sitting here thinking, it's like, they're just talking about how he's gonna run out in the hall. Anyway, please continue.
Looking like we're gonna just need to beat him in submission.
I can try holding him again. No guarantee it'll work though.
I'm gonna look over at Egg and say, "Are you all right?"
I'm fine. I just, I didn't want to
You
kill
mean-
him.
You mean shout because he's 70
Yeah.
feet away?
Can't hear you. What?
70 feet's not that far.
Are you all right?
What? Yeah, I just didn't want to kill him. If I could just hit him again, I would have run up and hit him again. I was a little nervous.
Right.
So if I'm going back in there, I'm probably just going to hit him. And no promises. Do my best.
Well, let's come up with a plan before we do anything
Okay.
rash.
Agreed.
Also, mechanically, you should know that you can attempt to deal the non-lethal damage against
Yeah.
humanoid targets. So
Oh, he still counts as humanoid.
yeah, that's why hold person worked.
Gotcha. Okay.
You have a basic understanding of what's going on there. Now, him being a giant and not a human, I might impose a few different rules on how that works, but you can certainly try it with understanding of giant need head to think. So hit
Yeah.
giant in head, not think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your character would
Like-
have that knowledge, so I'm passing that on.
Well,
Okay.
I'm wondering if we should save hold person until he's hurt a little bit more, and then like we rush in with the manacles or something. Not that we can really rush with the manacles or whatever, but
Yeah.
Well, we better move before we have to chase his
Yeah.
happy ass across lava again.
okay, so
Yeah.
we're just gonna go for non-lethal damage. That's the plan.
Hope
Yes.
for the best.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Alright,
Okay.
we're gonna go and try and push the door open again.
Okay.
Maybe we should just disable this trap. Or fuck
I'm
it,
good
leave
with
it.
it.
Who knows?
I mean, as someone who's hasted, you could give me a grappling, and I can run around him.
It's actually
you
true.
you can have my grappling hook and rope. I still have it.
That sounds fun. I'll do
Here
that.
you go. Grappling hook and rope for Egg. You're stronger than me anyway, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
be any
Mhm.
good at all using these.
So, who's going to be where when you guys open the door?
How heavy are the
Well-
manacles? I can drag 390.
The chain or
Or sorry,
like the
Yeah.
the chain? Let's see this one. How long did I say that was?
I don't actually remember.
Let me check my notes.
Because I know each link is like 4 feet.
I think it was 80 feet. I believe it was 80 feet.
Each link weighs
Because there were
approximately 130 pounds.
like 20 links or something, and each one was my height at 4 feet,
Yeah.
so 80 feet. So what, 80 times?
It is 2,600 pounds.
Holy shit.
How did we get it in here?
Very carefully. All 4 of you.
I mean, I don't have high strength either, to be fair. Like, what is Egg's drag strength? I'm just...
Oh,
as a
it's
comparison.
30 times your strength score.
Yeah. And he has 16?
Yeah, 16.
9480.
Yeah.
Plus. Does anybody have sub 10 strength?
I do. My lift push drag is only 240.
And Anon?
390 for mine.
10?
We're 1410 combined.
Yeah, we wouldn't even be able to move that chain.
No, you can. It just, you move it half of half speed. So it's very slow going.
Yeah, encumbered.
While pushing or dragging weight in excess of your carrying capacity, your speed drops to 5 feet. So you can do it. Plus, we can say it's a fantasy chain. It's a little bit lighter than a modern ship
thank God.
anchor.
Yeah. Okay, well, either way, the thing I was going to say, I can't do. I'm not gonna be dragging this thing in by myself. So, I'm just trying to
it
think
takes
of-
all 4 of you.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think of what I could do. Maybe I could throw rocks at his head.
That might kill him, David.
True.
The non-lethal thing is only melee weapons.
Mm.
You know what? I can back you up, Egg. I got your back, bro.
Got back.
I mean, whatever. I can go in there and hit it with the butt end of my sword as well. I don't like being in melee, but we could do it.
I mean, I can haste another person.
Yeah, I would not
you still
waste
have
that
haste. No, yeah, you still have haste on Egg. If you want to
Yeah.
haste someone else, you have to cast it again.
Yeah, so I'd have to haste egg again, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd have to drop the haste and then. I mean, I can do it if you guys if we have a plan.
You are quickly
plan
running
was-
out of time.
Gonna be to hit him in the head.
I mean,
Maybe hit him in the knothead.
my plan
Does
already
anyone have,
failed, so...
Does anyone have a second sword?
I have javelins. Want a javelin?
I'll take out my short sword and like show it to you and just say, what do you need?
I'm gonna need to hit him in the head, and I'm gonna
I've-
take the short sword.
All right, yeah,
I've got
I'll hand
this
it to you.
dagger.
All right, let's go.
Wait. What's the plan? Who's getting hasted?
You're gonna need to
You-
make me
Egg.
fast.
Egg is already hasted, but if you're casting again, then yeah.
Yeah. I still have haste.
So but I do need to drop his haste and then recast it, don't I?
If you're doing it.
Yeah.
If you're doing that.
Oh
So
shit, that's right. I
both-
took a whip. That's melee, isn't it? With reach.
Yeah.
Is a whip melee? I know in some editions it's ranged technically. Let's see.
It's a slashing martial weapon.
Yeah. Okay, it's not ranged, so you're good.
Fuck yeah, bro. Let's go whip. I'm so excited. I forgot I took that.
Okay,
He's
so
gonna throw an anvil at us when we open that door.
Yeah, totally. That's why you're going first, bro.
we're hasting Egg and Darby.
No.
Just
Are you
Darby.
gonna do both?
Well, that's what I'm asking. We needed to have our plan.
We need to get as many hits in as quickly as we can.
Okay, so that's the 2 boys then.
I'm a boy
Okay.
too, but yeah, them.
Well,
Can't believe
Okay,
you just
well-
assumed my gender.
I was actually not assuming your gender. I didn't lump you in with the 2 confirmed males.
How do you know they're confirmed?
Hey,
Actually, you know what? I don't want to know.
yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've seen both of them naked at this point in the campaign, so
Anyhow,
Yeah, things got a little weird.
on to more important matters. As we try to wrap up this combat so I can feed my poor starving animals.
Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna go up to the door, cast haste, push it open. 2 of us are gonna go and charge in.
Okay, so who's doing the pushing and who's doing the whatever?
I think that Anon and I should do the pushing.
Yep,
So that the boys can be ready to dash through or
Yep.
whatever.
you're exactly right.
Okay.
We should probably push the same door because I don't know that I'm strong enough to open a door by myself.
I'm just
Just
putting
so
it
we're
here because
clear.
the trap icon is there, so.
Uh-huh.
Okay. With the understanding that we're pushing the same door.
Yep.
Serious
Okay.
talk. Stop it.
All right.
Stop. Stop.
So,
Okay. So-
walk me through this.
So first off, we're dropping the original haste, and we are putting haste on Darby and Egg.
Okay.
So let me just target Darby real quick.
There's no way
You need
this
to
plan
target
could
Egg as
fail.
well.
Are you kidding? I feel really good about it.
You need to target Egg as well. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
instantly die when I walk through that door.
Okay.
We'll deal with it
Now
if
you
it
both
happens.
have haste. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Petalin casts haste. What else?
We're opening the door.
Now we open the door.
All right,
And
so
not
a
an
turn
eye.
passes because Petalin had to cast haste.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right. And then Petalin and Anon push on the door with all their might. But it doesn't budge.
Fucking figures.
Seems as though
Lock this
something
out.
heavy is barring your access to pushing the door inward.
Yep, that makes sense.
Well, Egg is gonna help push the door.
Egg moves up to add his strength to pushing the doors. Pushing with the combined might of all three. Make strength checks.
Or do you want that in the tower?
Oh, this is combat, so
Yeah, okay.
Hey.
all right. With the combined might of all three, you push as hard as you possibly can and manage to scooch the door open just enough that you might be able to squeeze through it, and realize that the giant was sitting against the door.
I figured.
Yeah.
Quickly bop him while
Son
he's
of a
got his back
bitch.
to us.
We will roll initiative. Darby, you're first.
If he's sitting, how high is his head from the ground?
10 feet.
Okay.
Why?
Riddle me this. Can I use a non as a springboard to get onto the giant's back?
You can certainly try, but I think that would take Anon's action.
Okay. What about this then? I see him running. Can I use my action to assist him so it's not at disadvantage or something?
Well, that's why it
Oh,
will
I
eat
see.
your action to be a springboard.
Oh, I see. I thought it
Well, we
was
should-
that he was just going to jump on my back while I'm pushing. But okay. Yeah, no, I'll help him. I can do that. That's fine.
I mean, he should. Well, I mean,
But
I'm not very strong,
I
so it's
I
probably
want
no
to
good
be
for me to do it.
clear. This is a squeeze space through the door. Like, there's no acrobatics of jumping off Anon and then squeezing through the door and then having the verticality to get on the thing's back. As neat as that would be,
Could he just squeeze through and climb the giant's back?
I don't see why not.
And
Is
then
it
that would.
significantly less cool?
Well, when you find a way to wanted yourself through the door with enough of a curve to get back to the giant, then let me know.
Gravity rush this shit.
Throw a grav star through the door.
Okay, I'll squeeze through the door lamely.
If I hadn't said squeeze space beforehand, I probably would have allowed it, but it's a squeeze.
Mm,
Oh my
And I
goodness,
would
why are
like
you
Oh,
so
God.
large?
Some springboard. Holy shit.
And then what, like double movement to climb up him?
Yeah.
Which
You're up
hasted I
there.
have plenty.
Yeah.
Okay, gonna be bopping him on the head.
Little bunny foo-foo. That is a miss.
Very unfortunate. What is the dice for a short sword?
You know, hold on. You're so short. It's a d6, but you're so close. You're basically on him. You can roll at advantage. Still a miss.
Really? 18 is a miss?
Yes.
Alright. Well, then haste attack, gonna try and bop him again.
Okay. That is a hit. And damage as you pummel the fire giant with the basket of your rapier.
And sneak attack.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be lazy and just change the die on the rapier. So I don't want to add another weapon. And this would be the bonus action. Nope.
Still at advantage, so
Oh, that's right. Still no.
also no.
Wow.
Right. Tried his best.
Well, I am on him.
Now he's going to
Unfortunately.
reach back to try to grab you. So you may make a athletics or acrobatics check at advantage. Unfortunate as the giant's hand closes around you, and he yeets you into the sunset as he hurls you forward. Let's see. You are much lighter than an anvil. You would travel. Let's just use a pointer. Is that 120?
That is 120.
Ugh.
That is also okay.
Oh God.
Let's see how
Shit.
accurate this toss is. Hurdles you. 1, 2, 3.
That's only 110.
Yeah, I'm just the direction. I wanted to make sure that
Mhm.
this would obviously be here, but all right. Here and then scatter.
You know what?
Okay.
Seems good. You'll hit rocks instead of fire.
So Darby, soaring through the air like a magnificent magical missile, will crash among the rocks at the back of the forge, narrowly missing the free-flowing magma, and only just not being incinerated, though his clothing likely is becoming quickly singed and alight. And
Oh no,
you'll
his
take-
sack.
Only 6 damage.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Only
Alright.
6 damage.
Use thrown clear.
Dice gonna be dice sometimes.
I guess.
Awesome.
Now, with a follow-up action, he slams shut the door. So make contested strength checks, actually.
Oh, okay.
How do we just a strength check then,
Just
or?
pick one. Or no, go ahead. He's gonna try and shut the door. So just roll strength, and if one of you guys beats him, then that'll be enough. All right. Anon is the fulcrum and anchor to keeping the door open as the giant pushes against all three of you. Hedalin, you have the initiative.
The trick is to put your foot under the door.
Yeah, can you just crush your foot off?
Oh my god. Oh jeez. Okay. I guess, should I just hold the door or like? Sure. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, do I need to be running through and trying to distract him on the other side, or do I need to be holding this door?
You can let go of the door and squeeze through. You guys already contested him.
Okay.
Do you have anything that you could blow the door off its hinges? Can you attack the door?
I can
This is a
attack the
large reinforced metal door.
I can attack the door all I want, but I don't think it's gonna do anything.
Petalin stabs the door.
Hell
Petalin
yeah.
stabs the door with a tiny dagger.
She hurts her wrist.
Take 2 damage. I'm just wondering if there's like anything that I could do.
Madam Beldam would have attacked the door.
You know what?
You guys are technically where Madame Beldam is in terms of mechanical maps.
Fuck it.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
All right. Means I'm going through the door.
Okay.
Okay.
You must face your fears.
All right. How much
suddenly
movement
Petalin
did that eat? 5, 10?
His heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Yeah, really.
That's 5.
That's 5. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go through and bop him with your dagger.
Well, I could, or let's see. Or I could try to polymorph this fucker. Oh wait, polymorph is concentration. Oh, I'll lose the haste. Damn it. Can't lose the haste.
Knock him unconscious, then you polymorph him.
All right, well, I guess I could just try to bop him with my dagger.
You gonna climb him like Darby did?
Sure, why not? It worked out so
All right.
well for Darby.
All right, so Petalin, you arrive in the room and don't see Darby anywhere. You then climb the giant and begin attempting to pummel him with your dagger.
With my tiny dagger. Non-lethally, in the head.
Yeah. Trying to clobber him into unconscious submission.
I'm gonna hit him right in the temple. I guess it's this one? Yeah! Look at me go!
All right. An excellent attempt. Well,
No,
that should be an advantage, so go ahead and roll another one.
Okay.
It's not. That wasn't
Still
any
a
better
miss.
than attacking the door.
You hear the ineffectual clank of steel on steel, or iron on iron, as the dagger clangs against the giant's armor. Pedalin, unpracticed at this sort of thing, missed.
Did Penelope just try to stab that giant? Is that what happened?
Peddling Giant's Bane.
If you
Can I use
accidentally
a
killed
bonus
it, this would be
action
the
to let
second.
go and drop to the floor?
Do you have movement?
Well, it's
Bane?
only 5 feet inside the door and 10 to climb, right?
20 to climb because it's half.
Yeah, so I've got 5 feet left.
Well, you can fall and take damage, or you
Mm.
can climb the rest halfway down. Actually, not even halfway, a quarter of the way down.
I'll drop.
Okay. 4 damage.
Okay.
Oh, 26.3. Great.
Nice.
All right, Anon. As Pedalin thuds to the ground in front of you.
Oof.
I guess I'm gonna step aside her and I'll go right beside where she is on this map here.
Okay, let me. And you too will be large.
Yes! We did it.
It's doing-
Alright. I'm gonna wind up with my whip. Just kind of try to crack him in the face with it.
Okay.
Alright. I just realized I don't have whip assigned here, so I will do
I mean,
a short sword with different damage.
you could just add a whip in really easily.
Du-du-du-du.
Nice.
That's a hit.
And then it'll be +1 from... Take this D4 damage. 2 damage. Fuck yeah.
Okay. As you whip the giant across the face, he groans, and you're pretty sure he swore in giant.
Alright. Oh, and I guess I have Colossus Slayer on that too. So another 4 damage. Why not? I assume that's rude, so I'm glad I don't understand it.
That was 6 damage then? Well, I mean, a whip is a finesse weapon. It uses your dexterity.
Oh, you're right. So that should be 4 damage. So 5. It should be 9 total for that attack.
Wow. Okay.
Then I guess I'll just follow up with the second weapon attack.
No, you won't, because you have rendered him unconscious. Well, let's see. Is he unconscious or is he not unconscious? Let's make the save here. Big hardy boy. Oh my god, he failed. Okay, you whip the giant unconscious.
Yes.
As I guess you have disrupted his inner ear with your annoying little as he just kind of tumbles backward, slamming the door shut once again.
No!
Egg having no chance to hold it open, being a lone man behind the door. Pedalin, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Her worst nightmare is happening. Oh no.
I'm gonna add my favorite of the gods to that.
Well, why don't you let me tell you if it succeeds or fails before you do that?
Fine.
The slow falling giant body is easy to dive out of the way of. Again, no sign of Darby, but it appears that you have rendered the giant unconscious. Egg, what do you do?
Egg tries to open the door.
All right, you're pushing as hard as you can, but with a now limp sack of giant meat in plate armor, you're finding it incredibly difficult to budge.
Egg takes his second action to also try to
Okay. And we will end combat initiative here. And we're going to take a real quick break so I can feed my dogs if it's an hour past due. So
Cool.
take 10, and then we'll come back and resolve this.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.